welcome to Mind Your Business, the channel where we are in everybody's business. If you don't mind getting in people's business, you're on the right channel. Talking about current topics and gossip.
Well, go on, people, my inclusive crew. Let's talk about the Love and Marriage Detroit reunion, the part 1. Now, firstly, I have been saying this show has been quite questionable in my opinion. I do feel like these two here, Brandon and Kristina, have basically kind of carried the show essentially, because it has been pretty dry like crackers to be quite honest in some respects. I have been following it, of course, because there are some bits of storyline that has had me a little bit lightly interested. But anyway, I thought firstly it was good to see Brandon without his man bun. Good that he cut that off and he looks quite, nice and dapper here, as does Kristina, looking really nice for the reunion show. They all pretty much scrubbed up quite well anyway, but the reunion show itself, I didn't think there was anything spectacular. I mean, we heard about Anthony investing 150k to Latoya's business, his wife, and she invested 50k into her wine business. So when he was bragging about, helping build her business, obviously that was quite true. Also heard about him speaking about having to go away from his wife 7 months, so now I can understand why she was a bit more upset about him leaving so long, particularly during COVID, and because what she does as a profession as well. But the most interesting part to me was the whole sort of Kristina, Colby, Latoya mix-up. Now, of course, Carlos brings up the whole, Colby cat situation. And I thought it was interesting that Brandon just threw his wife under the bus and was like, oh, well, yeah, that didn't come from me. It came from Kristina, basically. And Kristina's sitting there saying she didn't really use those words. I just thought, Brandon, why are you throwing your wife under the bus? Why don't you just, just basically take it on the chin and just be like, yeah, it came out wrong? Because they were still your words. That's not what she actually said. So that was a little bit irritating to see, and I just felt a bit bad for Kristina. It also felt like a bit of a Kristina pile-on. Like, they were all trying to go at her, because I felt Latoya to me just has an issue with Kristina. I've been saying this the whole time, and I'm glad that Carlos asked her, asked Kristina basically, do you think that Latoya likes you? And Kristina was basically saying no, she doesn't, and she does feel like she treats Colby differently, and we can see that anyway if you're watching the show. I also thought it was interesting, Anthony was saying, oh no, his, defending his wife, as he should. He's going to defend his wife, but really, if he needs to go and watch the show back, sir, watch the show back, because you will see that your wife is clearly biased and definitely on Colby's side. Because why are you sitting there calling the woman a victim, saying that she's manipulative? She was just basically really using derogatory words towards Kristina, and I just thought, actually, if you watch the show back, I'd say Colby was playing more victim than Kristina, and Kristina and her marital issues don't actually concern you, so why are you using that as an example as a victim? And it was good that actually Brandon kind of piped up and said, well, no, actually she was a victim in that situation. But as another woman just sitting there, calling somebody else a victim, I just thought that was out of order. So I'm glad that Kristina pulled her up on that. But the truth is, she just gives the vibe that she doesn't really like her. She does say, she's fine with her. And, look how many times Carlos had to ask her, do you like her? Then she was like, oh, yes. But I don't feel like that's actually genuine. I feel like she does believe that she plays a victim, and she does believe that she's selfish. And the thing that she said, I think that she does believe those things. Colby, I thought, was also interesting, because she was talking about Kristina playing a victim, and I thought, well, actually, Colby, you were the one, because really, you were the one who made a big scene at the bowling alley and decided to call her selfish and then storm out. And I don't know why Latoya thinks that Kristina should go chasing after her, because Kristina has her own perspective too, which is obviously she's wanting to discuss it separately, not necessarily there, and she didn't expect to get blown up at. So, I think there's two sides on that side of it. So I thought that bit was kind of interesting. I just feel like it was a bit of a Kristina pile-on at this point. Now, at one point, Brandon got emotional towards the ending, saying that he basically misses the connection, watching it back, seeing the connection that they originally had. And I was kind of side-eyeing it. I was like, is this kind of genuine or is it not? I mean, if it's genuine, then yeah, great. I hope you guys can rekindle. And I do hope that Colby and Kristina can get back on a good level playing field. Latoya, I just think she just needs to stay out of it, because to me, she just has an issue with Kristina that is deeper than what we're seeing. Because like I said, all the examples she's using do not concern her. So why are you having an issue with someone over other people's business? It don't make no sense. Anyway, what do you guys think of the show? Do you think I'm being too harsh on Latoya, or do you agree that she just seems like she just doesn't like Kristina and just giving off this kind of very awkward vibe towards her? What do you guys think? Also, I do wonder whether all the hate that Brandon and Kristina are getting is because actually they are probably quite more popular than everybody else, because they came across as quite, transparent and quite real in that sense, and kind of open and honest about relationship. What do you guys think?
Yes, So thanks for watching that. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and hit that notification bell so you know when I am uploading some more of people's business. So until then, my nosy people, stay blessed.